In today's lesson, we are going to look at the notes on the keyboard. So, let's look at this picture here. Do you notice a pattern on the keyboard? Well, you might notice that we have white keys and black keys, but do you notice a pattern on the keyboard? Some of you may have noticed that there is a 2 plus 3 pattern for the black keys, right? So let's look at this a bit closer, this 2 plus 3 pattern on the keyboard. So if we look at the black keys, we have this 2 black keys plus 3 black keys, right? And if we look at the rest of the keyboard, this is repeated across the whole keyboard. Okay, so this 2 plus 3 pattern is the first thing that we should know when we are looking at the keyboard. And just now we talked about the white and black keys. So the white keys on the keyboard are the notes from the musical alphabet. If you remember, we have gone through the musical alphabet, which is the first 7 letters of the English alphabet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So how does this look like on the keyboard? Right here we have the letters from the musical alphabet. Right? But there's something that we should take note of as well. What note do we start with here? Right, take note that we are starting with the note C rather than A. So we have learned about this 2 plus 3 pattern, and when we are in this 2 plus 3 pattern, we are starting on the note C. And so these are the notes in music that we have looked at in the previous lesson. And we have just seen how to find the first row of notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, how to find these notes on the keyboard. So let's actually head over to the keyboard and hear how these notes sound like. And so we have just learned about the white keys on the keyboard. I'm going to play it once through. As I'm playing, you can take note of two things. The first is the note names. Second is how it sounds like. And going back down. So I'm going to play this a second time through. As I'm playing through for the second time, take note which side of the keyboard is higher in pitch, which side is lower in pitch. Is it the right side or is it the left side? So some of you may have noticed that the right side of the keyboard is higher in pitch and the left side of the keyboard is lower in pitch. So let's hear that again. So it's going higher and this is going lower. So if I start from the left side of the keyboard all the way to the right side, so from lower to higher. And if I go from the right side to the left side, so from higher to lower. Now that we have looked at the first row and heard how it sounds like on the keyboard, what about the second and third row, the sharps and the flats? That is where the black keys come in. Alright, so just now you have remembered that we were looking and listening to how the notes sound like on the keyboard. Which side was higher pitch and which side was lower pitch? Right, you remember that the right side is higher in pitch and the left side of the keyboard is lower in pitch. So the black keys on the keyboard are the sharps and flats. So let's do a quick recap. Sharps we have learnt tells us that the note is higher in pitch by half a step. So sharps tell us that it's higher, and we have just seen that higher is towards the right of the keyboard. So if I would like to find C sharp, first I find C, and then the black key that is directly beside the note to the right, it would be C sharp. And we can try this again with another note. So for example, if I am looking for F sharp, right? I'll go to the black key that is directly to the right of that note, and that would be F sharp. And you can do this for all the different notes. So you will be able to find C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. And so those are the black keys on the keyboard. And so we have looked at how to find the sharps on the keyboard, but what about the flats? So remember, flats is lower in pitch by half a step. So flat staying is lower in pitch, and lower in pitch means it's to the left of the keyboard. So if I'm trying to find E flat, same as the sharp, but now I am going to the left side of the keyboard, I'm going to look at the black key directly to the left of the note. So E, I will look at the black key that is directly to the left of E, and that would be E flat. Right, so if we look at another example, if I'm trying to find A flat, first I will look for the note A, and then the black key directly to the left of it would be A flat. And this would be the same for all the other notes as well. So in summary, this is what we have looked at, the white keys and the black keys. For the white keys, it is the notes from the musical alphabet, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. And the black keys are the sharps and flats. And you notice that the black keys can either be a sharp or a flat depending on which note you are looking for. And so we have seen how to look for all the different notes that we will use in music on the keyboard. The next thing we are going to look at is what is an octave. So you may hear this word from time to time. So what is an octave? So an octave is the distance between one note and the next note with the same name. So let's look at an example. So if I start on the note C, right? C, and I count all the way up until the next time I count C again. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, it would look like this, right? So this would be one octave. So let's look at another example. If I start on another note, for example, if I start on A and I count up, that would be the same thing, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And can you count how many notes there are in one octave? Yes, there are 8 notes in one octave. So in this lesson today, we have looked at two things. First, the notes on the keyboard and how to find them. And the second is what is an octave.